Right now, it doesn't look like it affects him, but it has to in some sense.
Same matchup, and he's 4-1 here, right? I mean, so that's pretty impressive.
His stats are actually really impressive against Zerg.
Yeah, and he's actually, in my opinion, the second best Terran in the world next to Maru. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. He is just, I mean, I say this all the time, but he's still not praised as much as he should be for how good he is.
Oh,
that's true.
100% one of the best. And this is one of the best Zerg players.
Yeah, it's actually shocking that RorO is having like this bit of a slump in his individual league career right now. He's just not doing very well in GSL, but in the Pro League, he's 14-5. He's 2-3 against Terran. One of those losses actually against Marine King. He got a bit caught off guard, but still, I think he's definitely like top 5 Zergs in the world easily.
Easily.
Yeah, definitely. And these guys I was talking about a little bit before, they have 2 of the best ratios here at Pro League, 12-3 and 14-5. Both amazing players.
Well, the map is Outboxer, a map where we see a lot of Terran versus Zerg with mech. Let's find out exactly how Bbyong wants to play this.
LTA는 SK텔레콤.
Down here in the bottom right, in the yellow for CJ Antis, the Terran player, it is Bbyong.
And over here to the top left, in the pink for Samsung, it's RorO. Doesn't want to row it gently down the stream today. Wants to take that.
Wants to take it.
Take that victory.
Now, this map is Outboxer, guys, so a lot of the times the Zerg player, when they tries to take his third base, the Terran player likes to put on that aggression. We've seen Bbyong do it before.
Absolutely.
Bbyong loves his mech as well. And wouldn't be surprised to see something like that go down in this game.
Yeah, we've seen Flash really love his mech on this map. We've seen Reality play mech on this map. We've seen, I want to say even Bbyong on this map in Pro League.
Probably.
I think we've probably seen him do it. Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's a player who shows a lot of mech outside of Pro League as well, so I would expect that from time to time he does mix that in here.
Well, it's such like a narrow map, like where you can like if you build up like a huge mech army, you can kind of like barrel down one and block off the other, and you don't have to worry too much about like run-bys and counterattacks, and you can really you can really control the map. And early on, one of the most annoying things for Zerg on this map is that once the Hellion Reaper are out, you can kill the rocks to your 4th base, and it really delays it a lot into the mid-game. And that's, yeah, 4th bases on this map are really difficult to deal with.
Yeah, that's true. Would you say this map is slightly Terran favored, Moonglade?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say it is.
Because this map's like not in the ladder, so it's one of those maps.
It's one of those maps that's kind of like hard to gauge because, yeah, like obviously I haven't really had much Pro League, much laddering experience on it or anything. Like, I've checked it out and I've seen a lot of games on it. And well,
yeah, it's not like a game that you play like, or a map that you play like 10 times a day or something.
No, absolutely not.
If you look at Pro League map stats, I'll just go over it quickly.
Yeah,
Terran is 10-6 over Zerg and 9-7 over Protoss. So just in the small amount of games relatively that we do have here for the stats.
You know what's funny about Pro League stats actually with Terrans is there's so few of them, but they are still like some of the best players we have in Pro League.
Yeah.
So it's like when you look at a TVP stat, it's almost like you're looking at a Flash TY versus P stat. You know, you're like,
it's like
well,
Flash TY Maru
versus P. I'm like, well,
like
okay. It's like, oh, I don't know. It's a bit hard to gauge.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Not very many of them, but they seem to be the best.
These 2 Marines right now on the scout for this Overlord, I believe. He's trying to find it.
Just missed it.
Yeah, he was a bit too slow, I guess.
And we actually saw a really early CC. So we saw barracks into CC before gas.
No Reapers or anything like that.
Yeah, now a late 2 gas, so we can still see a very kind of like early factory.
It's a Wings of Liberty style, almost like Pult expanding.
Yeah,
one racks into
very much a Wings of Liberty sort of style.
Yeah, one racks into
gasless
double
one
gas. Yeah, gasless expand into double gas into Hellion reactor. Just very different way of going to the same place of getting those Hellions out to harass.
Just a bit more economical.
It's a bit riskier in some ways too because you don't have that Reaper scout to know what's going on.
Yeah, that's very true.
Now, a bunker is being made. You need this if you're going to go this greedy on the economic side of things. And RorO gets to scout.
Definitely gives it away, kind of like exactly what the build was. Seeing that many Marines, seeing the bunker, seeing the CC, it's like, okay, so Hellions will be a bit delayed. He won't have much of a scout on me, so maybe I can do a cheese if I really want to, but I mean, there's already a bunker going up, and there will be a block by maybe like the 6:30 mark with supplies.
Yep. I'd love to see RorO take a faster third base here.
Yep.
I think he can get away with it. And if RorO gets to the later game, he's such a strong Zerg player. I think he wants to get there as soon as possible.
Yeah, I mean, well, let's be honest. Like, RorO is not on knowncheesers.gov.
No, he's not. No.
No, that's very true. I mean, but at the same time, we look at RorO's build, and he did go for a gasless expand with 2 extra queens for creep spread. So he's and a very fast third base. So he's playing it very greedy too. So he knows exactly what the style is like on this map. He knows you don't have to really worry too much about Reapers early, and yeah, he's just going to play it so greedy.
Yeah. Love his play so far. I think he has to be greedy in this moment. I love the extra queens for the creep spread as well. I like that you mentioned that because on this map you need to get 2 lanes. You got to go down the left side and the right side, so you have to spread so much creep. So important.
Yeah, it's very Wings of Liberty-esque kind of build from both players.
Roach Warren comes down here. Now, I think that's just a safety Roach Warren. I don't think he's going to attack with it. I think he's just making it in case, like, Hellbats come, or maybe, you know, he's got too much pressure to deal with the Hellions, and he's, you know, feeling like maybe 5 Roaches or so is really going to be what he needs to deflect that sort of attack.
I definitely think it's much more common these days that we will be seeing a lot more safety Roach Warrens. Like, it's kind of it's like a must. If you can't get the scout off, and there's Hellbats coming, like, unless you have a Roach Warren, you're dead. Like, there's no way around it. You're going to die.
Yeah, like, he can't get all the way in the main to see if there's an armory, so you cannot know ever for certain.
Exactly, so you got to play
He's even going to sack the Overlord because he's like, maybe, let me see if I can find out. And I think he's like certain 10 Roaches. He's like, if I don't know, I don't know.
Well, he sees the Starport. Does he see the reactor on it? Is the most important thing.
No, I don't think he did.
No, he just missed it, so he's got to play careful here.
Yeah, no, I like the choice to make the Roaches blind because it's like you said, Moonglade, if you don't know, you have to know that you don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's safer to just assume that the worst is coming.
Oh my god, Dream Hellion drop incoming.
This is it.
Yeah.
This is the Wolf build.
Oh,
Look at this.
the Wolf build. He's
8
doing
Hellions.
it.
He's
8
doing
Hellions.
it.
He's doing it. Here they come.
This is going to be 8 Hellbats.
8 Hellbats in the main. Oh no, that's a Zerg's worst nightmare. He will see this coming, but he doesn't know what's inside, guys. He doesn't know.
It's like a pinata, man, but it's not fun.
Yeah,
not
it's
for the Zerg.
Pinata filled with despair. Here we go. 8 Hellbats in the main.
Oh my
There it is.
God.
Roaches are in a position. They're attacking the front right now. What does he have back at home? He has a bunch of Roaches here. Is there enough at home here for Bbyong, though?
Yeah, Bbyong is repairing desperately. This is just how TVZ starts to look a lot of the time here in Korea these days. Now he's actually retreating with 4 Hellbats now to the natural. And the hold so far here is he's not dead, but he's lost a lot of SCVs. Definitely important to get more damage done here with his Hellbats. I don't know if he's going to get enough done with all these queens. I'm not so sure. He targets the medevacs too. Really good defense here by RorO so far.
Oh, gonna have to pull those drones. Doing a lot of damage, but still, look at the front of this base. 5 Roaches still alive. Drones taking a lot of damage back here at home.
RorO having that third base is so key right now. Without that,
it is so key, and it is fully saturated. Like, he is getting so far ahead in economy, killing just about
drones.
Every SCV at the natural. He's up like 30 drones right now, 30 workers.
Yeah.
21 drone SCVs killed there, as you guys do see.
Really, really smart counterattack there. I mean, it is such a trend these days to see these Hellbats. Hellbat drops, Hellbat timings. That going Roach and doing Roach timings is just like such a great way to deal with it and such a great way to get ahead.
Yeah. I have to say the Wolf build was not a success.
It wasn't a success. I'm so sorry, Wolf. I'm so sorry, man. I mean, it's very smart.
I've been dreaming of this day. I've been saying that, you know, hey, put 8 Hellions and 2 medevacs.
Yeah.
Make them Hellbats.
Yeah.
But turns out if you're ready, you have
if you
Roaches and Queens at home, you're fine.
Well, I mean, if you got like 10 Roaches outside like the Terran's base, good chances you're going to take some sweet, sweet damage.
All right, well, this Widowmine is like pretty nosy over here.
Yeah, but it gets down.
Yeah, it does get
Gets
down.
the
He needs
burrow.
to bring those.
Oh my God!
The
Loses
Widowmine's friendly
that.
fire damage.
Betrayal by the Widowmine.
He needs to bring those Marauders over. He's a bit slow on that. And I don't know, this is just starting to look more flimsy by the drop.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the same time, he was dropping the main base, so he probably has his attention sort of split there. And he didn't get too much damage done at the main.
I really like the switch into mech here. We're not switch into, but transition into.
Yeah.
Because I think it's the only way he can hope to maybe come back, is to just play turtle style, get into a mech composition that's almost unbeatable. But honestly, the mutalisks that are about to come over here could just be too much.
He's got to get some Thors out.
Yeah, he needs to get them like right now. His armory, he's had it for a long time. He just switched to a tech lab. Starts tanks and blue flame, but that's not going to be useful against the mutalisks that are coming his way pretty soon here.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's always the threat. It's either going to be roaches or it's going to be mutalisks, and you kind of have to
choose.
At first,
you have
it's
to
roaches.
Choose. Yeah, well, there's already roaches on the map, so he's like, okay, I got to get tanks out right now. Yeah.
31 roaches are coming across. He's doing a counter drop at the same time, but his third base is forfeit.
Yeah, and he can't afford to lose any more economy. His economy is already hurt as it is. Now these drops over here, we'll see if they get anything done with all these roaches at home. Doesn't even look like it. I don't know. I mean, he drops over here. There's only a few roaches, and he's got some marauders. But look at this. The roaches squeezing by. That wall's not tight.
Not tight wall. He's going to try to fight with his SCVs. There's one tank on the high ground doing a lot of damage, but still, he's going to get so many SCVs. Look at this disaster.
God.
All of them died. 25 SCVs. 53 killed.
Yep, they're going to try to, well, I guess they're not going to make their way up in the main.
Well, they can just camp the natural, make it lift up.
Yep, he can't mine from there.
Not mining from his third, and if it's lifted, it's not dropping mules either.
Mutas are out, so Mutas are going to shut down the rest of these drops, and from here, not
Gumiho, excuse me, Bbyong types GG, I think.
Well, he's so stretched thin. I mean, he's already making tanks to deal with these roaches at his natural, but he's going to have to start making Thors now. He's going to have to start making turrets. I mean, he's stretched so thin with such small economy, so much economic damage, and it's just looking absolutely horrible. And we got a fourth base up.
I have to say, a weaker Zerg would have died or taken a lot more damage from these attacks. This multitasking is really good here.
From the beginning, yeah.
You have to be so on top of this. You have to like be all over the place with Zerg. Like, unless you're like, if you get caught out, if you get like your rhythm out of shape from like all these drops, like you just fall behind and you stay behind. But RorO is so experienced and so used to this kind of play and dealing with it. I mean, he's just playing brilliantly.
Here we go. Here are the mutas. There are a bunch of Vikings out and one Thor here. And some tanks. He is going to hold for now. There's an attack coming here at the third base, but a Widowmine is placed nicely. If that gets a nice shot, could definitely help out. One Roach wants to commit suicide, does that.
Yeah, this is the kind of turtle style I was talking about that he needs to try to get himself back into this game, but I just almost feel like it's like too little too late. Let's see if these Blue Flame Hellions can get something done. There's only one Roach.
No tight wall.
This could do a huge amount of damage.
Yeah, this actually could be quite nice for him. He's like, forget Hellbats, I'm going for mobility here.
Yeah. Line him up. And wow. Oh,
let him rip.
Don't
that Hellbat!
Oh my god.
So close for, I mean, he's still got a few more kills there.
He got like half the mineral patch there. I mean, that is still great damage.
And in the meantime, 4 mutalisks were killing everything that Bbyong had at the second base. And there's not even anything here in the main. There's like barely any SCVs mining.
There's like barely any SCVs left to kill. There's only 24 left on the map right now.
70. Nice Widowmine shot there. Does eliminate 2 of those mutas, but still.
I mean, he is starting to get somewhat of an army, but his economy is so terrible right now that he can't actually, build much more of an army. What he's got is what he's got for a while. He's going to spend all of his money on making those harvesters at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's stabilizing, but at the same time, like, it's time for RorO to start droning up this third base, this fourth base, and like just transition into the late game kind of mech counter of his choosing, really, at this point. Like, he can really go into anything. He can go into Swarm Host, he can go into more Muta, he can kind of like take complete control of the map and deny any sort of fourth base.
Yep, the game is in his hands.
He's coming over here to harass at the natural. While he's dropping in the main with 2 Hellbats, the Mutalisks will neutralize the threat in the main, but some damage still done here. He's just losing too many units with not a lot of return for what RorO has economically on 4 bases. That's really the problem here. It was really strange to me that he brought those Vikings. Maybe he wanted to distract the Mutalisks or something. What are your thoughts on that move?
Yeah, that was kind of like a weird move. I mean, like, maybe he was hoping that the Mutalisks would be so out of position, like chasing a Medivac, that he could drop the Vikings at the 4th base and do some drone damage, but I mean...
Oh, this is a nice little trap. We've actually seen a lot of highlight videos of what goes wrong when you fly Mutalisks in triple Widowmine.
Oh my god, flies right over it!
Oh, whoa! That was such a close call, but he's still got one more here.
Here it goes. Goes off, gets 3.
Well, thank God it wasn't like the old Widow Mines. Otherwise, every Muta would be gone by now.
Yeah, that's for sure. Thor over here to the rescue in the medevac.
That was funny seeing that one Thor boosted in. That's really like the hero Thor.
He's so skimped on turrets because his economy is so bad, but honestly he's got more minerals than he could spend because his gas is so low. I think adding some turrets wouldn't hurt.
Well, I mean,
he's gonna
because he doesn't have any. We got burrowed roaches on the way in mass.
Yeah.
So it's going to get to a point where these burrowed roaches are going to pop up. There's absolutely no detection whatsoever. He's not going to see it coming, and it could very well be a GG unless he starts getting like a sensor tower at the very least to actually see them on the map.
Yeah. Okay. Turrets are coming up now, but not in the place where you would expect roaches to be.
No, absolutely not. So
no turrets whatsoever at his third base. He thinks the Widow Mines are enough, which against Mutas they certainly are. But
yeah, I mean, if Mutas go that way, for sure. There's two Thors, and I mean the tank count is so low. So Mass Roach right now could do a lot of damage.
Yeah. Well,
there it is.
There it is, indeed. Adding a lot of Mutas behind this as his gas starts to come back up. Great spine crawler placement here. Also the Spore's going to kill the Medi.
Beautiful Spore placement.
And the Hellbat gets one kill, goes down.
There's just all of his harassment is just looking like it does less and less over time.
Yeah, well, it's completely shut down, and I mean, like, the Zerg's economy is so stable and so strong on 4 bases that, like, even if you do some damage, it's not going to matter. Oh, and this is, like, a really important scout by these Hellions. He sees that the burrowed roaches are upgraded, so he's putting down turrets, he's putting down a sensor tower so he can actually spot them on the minimap. And Mutas are also been massing up there.
Yeah.
There are the turrets, and
I mean, he needed that turret, though. I mean, if without that turret, he could have done even more. You know, the turret bought him time to get the Thor over there, for example.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Hive is on the way. I guess the next step is Vipers. Ultralisk, perhaps, too. I mean, whichever he wants.
Yep.
And get additional upgrades for his Mutalisk, get them to +3.
Like, yeah, like right now, like the Terran's like tank count is so small that like Roach could do a lot of damage, like Muta could do a lot of damage. I mean, usually when it's like this kind of start to the game, like you either go Roach, so they have to go tank, or you go Muta, so they have to go Thor. Then you like mass the other one secretly and kind of like do a push. That's like one of the easiest ways to win against mech, but obviously it's kind of got past that stage. But the composition, there's a lot of tanks now, and only a few Thors. So Mutas could do a lot of work here.
yeah. But he does have a bunch of turrets around his army. He is doing that turtle style that you guys were talking about. With that turret, he is going to have that vision, so those Widow Mines doing some pretty good work to those roaches. Does snipe that gas, though, that Bbyong needs so badly.
Yeah, he's actually going to even start picking off some SCVs. He's going to get the gas a second time, forcing that cancel. Second wave of roaches
we
coming
see
over here.
some burrowed roaches trying to sneak in, but
He's just throwing these away as well. He wants to make the swarm host.
Oh, yeah, he wants to really free up supply at this point because these roaches aren't going to do much.
Getting Overlord drops, too.
Yeah, that's interesting.
You think he's going to try to drop
I think he's going to
roaches?
try and take the islands.
Ah, that's a good thought.
Yeah.
I hadn't really thought about that one. Yeah, that's going to really help him out because if he can control those, then he really just controls everything.
Exactly. If you can control as much as you can, like, or at least put creep there, like, you've always got a base to send drones to, and you can really deny, like, any sort of Terran taking them.
Well, Bbyong is about to find out that he can't take that 4th base because he needs to scan and kill the burrowed roach that's there.
Not only kill, like, the Overlords pooping all over him.
Yeah,
and
too.
that one up there.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, this is the one who's going to have to scan and kill that.
Yeah.
And he knew that was likely, so that's why he brought his army here. But he also has to protect it against possible Mutalisks. He doesn't know what the switch is.
Yeah.
And it's going to be just straight into these swarm holes, which are going to start picking away these. Doesn't have the siege tank count he needs yet to actually wipe these locusts out before they hit.
Yeah, it's not too bad. The siege tank count isn't too bad at all. But if we add some Vipers into that to start blinding clouding them especially, you can really force like a command lift and from there, like...
Look at this zoning, too, with the Mutalisk. Now he's got total control of the main base. The main base is his now.
Oh, yeah, and there's not enough Vikings here, and he's going to lose these Vikings.
Where are the Thors? Finally they get back. It's such a long walk, especially to go through all the buildings. And
the Vikings are actually doing a lot of good zoning defensively, though, on their own. Yeah. And, you know, like, Bbyong is supply-wise clawing his way back into this. This is what I was talking about. Turtle up enough, maybe.
Well, this is like the perfect map to do it.
Yeah. One of our best maps for mech, indeed. Well, I mean, he's killed his gas again. The gas is so precious to a Terran at this point in the game. Minerals more so as he's running out of those. And oh my god, if he snipes this. I don't know if he's going to get it. He's got SCVs and he's... Oh
wow.
He just GG's. He's like, I've had enough. It's over.
Yeah, he knew he was behind and he was getting whittled away at that 3rd base. So really nicely played by RorO, taking the complete advantage. I mean, it's kind of scary when Terrans start to turtle up like that. If they get to like max and they start like massing Ravens and you get this like perfect army, but it never got there.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Like, just never gave them the time. Always controlled it, and they put this puts Samsung onto the scoreboard here, tying us up.
Yep.
1-1.
Big win for them right now. They needed to get that. And Moogle was right. RorO does take that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm liking that we have like all the predictions now. This is a great pool of people to hear from.
Yeah, it's just more opinions, and you get to see everyone.